channel. So I'm sitting in my car because I'm at work finally after 2 months. I started again yesterday. It literally feels so unreal. I haven't been working since March 20th, so it's like just freaking amazing being here, being back with my coworkers. It was kind of hard for me to just be home because I'm so used to working all the time and being around my clients and just always being super busy. So when I was at home, I was like just freaking going crazy trying to find things to do. But actually, by the end of it, I got used to it, and I kind of pushed myself in new directions, and I really think that literally this has helped my life a lot. I guess it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, but I'm freaking so excited to be back at work. I just did one client earlier. She just left, so I have like an hour until my next client. So I thought I'd come on here and talk a little bit about myself so that you guys can get to know me a little bit and kind of my story and how I'm where I'm at today. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kathleen, and not a lot of people call me Kathleen. It's usually like with business, people will call me Kathleen, or when I'm in freaking trouble by my parents, then they'll be like, Kathleen Teresa Austin. Other than that, my childhood friends, my family, everybody calls me Katie. That's kind of a nickname that I've just had since I was born. And then as time went on, when I got my Instagram name, Hair Goddess Cat, a lot of people started calling me Cat. So you can call me Katie, Cat, Kathleen, whatever, same shit. So I'm 26 years old. I'm gonna be 27 on June 16th. And I have a beautiful baby girl. She's 4 years old. Her name is Italia Teresa, my little baby. She's so cute. She's my little blessing. So when I'm not at the salon, I'm either cooking, I like to go out with my friends, I love to go hiking, I love to travel, I like going new places. I go to San Diego a lot because my mom lives over there, so I'm always going and visiting her. I do have a man. We've been dating for a while now, and he is amazing, so maybe one day you guys will know who it is. Oh my god, people are walking by and they're like, this bitch is talking to herself, she crazy. Me being a loner. So I started with doing hair, or I started realizing that I wanted to be a hairstylist in high school. I was always kind of that girl that you would ask to do your makeup for prom or hair for prom, or I was always experimenting on my hair even though my dad didn't let me dye my hair. I would go in the bathroom and dye my hair, which I regret now, but I was always so interested in doing hair, and my stepmom would always let me bleach her hair, like put highlights and everything. I didn't know what I was doing. Do not recommend that, but it always turned out good somehow, thank the Lord. But I never really thought about becoming a hairstylist because my family is more strict with you have to go to college and just had that expectation for me, and I never really thought about becoming a hairstylist because I was more focused on different type of careers, even though I wasn't really interested in it. But then one day my stepmom asked me, she's like, I think I was like a sophomore, it was either like the end of my sophomore year or the beginning of my junior year. So I had to come in the salon because my camera kept overheating. But here's where I work. It's so cute. This is the little salon side. Okay, I had to come in the salon because it was like 105 today, and I feel like you could hear the air. My camera kept turning off because it was too hot, and then I was freaking sweating. Yeah, it was just a mess. So here we are. I forgot where I was at, but basically, so my stepmom came to me, she's like, hey, why don't you go to cosmetology school? They have an ROP program. And I was like, I could do that? Like, I could be a hairstylist? Like, I was all excited. I asked my dad, I'm like, can I do it? And then he's like, yeah. They basically told me like that I have to go to college still. So I went on the waiting list because the school I applied for was Career Academy of Cosmetology. They have the ROP program for students, and there's like a huge waiting list. So I think I applied either the end of my sophomore year or the beginning of my junior year. And then literally remember the day, I think it was in August. So I was already in school. I was already a senior. Was I a senior? Yeah, I was a senior already. My stepmom called me. She's like, you got in, like you could go to Cosmo school. And I was like, oh my God. I literally like remember that day. So I literally started, I think, the next week. Oh, also right at that time I got my first job. So my dad works for Clark Pest Control, so he got me a job in the corporate office in Lodi. So I also started there for my first job. So I was going to Bear Creek 7:30 to 11:30, going to Cosmo School 12:30 to 3:30, and then going to work 4 to 8 every day. And then I was working weekends too. But honestly, that was like the best thing for me. It kept me so busy. I had a really good senior year. So my school experience was really good. My teacher is Alex Sullivan. He is literally the best. I wish that school was still open, but they did close down because a lot of people ask me like where I recommend them to go, and I would always recommend that, but they closed down unfortunately. And then I got the amazing opportunity when I was in school to assist my teacher in the salon that he worked at. It was via 2000. So I quit Clark, and then I was going to school and working at the salon assisting. So I started helping him. He was my first mentor. I would not be where I'm at today without him, for sure. So I started assisting him first, and then as time went on, I started assisting other people too. Basically, whoever in the salon needed help, I was helping. And that was literally the best thing for my career. I absolutely love that salon. That salon taught me so much. I was always scared to work in the salon because, you know, girls can be kind of catty, and I'm just not that type of person. I do not like that. I do not like to surround myself by that. I can't deal with people like that. So I was kind of nervous. But going to Via 2000, everybody is so sweet and helpful. They want to see you succeed. They will do anything to help you and help you learn and help your career. They're literally amazing people, and they're like my family now. I'm like getting emotional, but I miss them. And the owner of that salon, Jay Via, he is one of my other very important mentors in my life. He just believed in me from day one, and it just made me feel like I'm gonna make it, you know. Alex and Jay, everybody in that salon just saw it in me. I think that helped me a lot, because when you start doing hair, you get kind of discouraged, or it's really hard in the beginning to build your clientele, and it's a lot to learn, and a lot, you know, skill-wise and business-wise. It's just a lot to learn, so it's very discouraging the first few years. So I think without them, I don't really think I would be here today. After I graduated high school, then I started going to Cosmo School full-time. So then after I graduated, my whole life, I wanted to move with my mom to San Diego. So first thing I did when I graduated Cosmo School, I was 18 and I left. I went to San Diego, I lived with my mom, and I didn't really know anybody over there. So it's kind of hard to build your clientele, just go to a salon and just not knowing anybody and pay booth rent, and you know, without having anything, which I wish I would have tried at least, but I was so young and I didn't really think I could. So I just went to Supercuts, and I was a receptionist there for like a few months, and then I became a stylist. And that experience, it was, I mean, I learned a lot. Like I really learned how to cut hair really good there, because before I was always color. And after I started working there and really getting that experience with cutting, I'm very confident with cutting now, and I think I wouldn't have been if I wouldn't have worked there. So I am grateful that I got that experience, but also that just was not the place for me. I didn't really enjoy going to work, and I kind of lost my passion for hair. I know I really wanted to do color and they wouldn't let me, so it just wasn't for me. So I worked there for like about a year or so, and then I decided to move back. And when I came back, I went straight back to Via 2000, and I started assisting there again and really got back into my passion. Like I really remembered why I enjoy doing hair, and it just really opened my eyes that this is where I wanted to be. So after a while of assisting, one day I was just like, you know what? I just need to do it. I just need to be on my own and figure it out. I was really scared though, to be honest. And when I did, it literally was the best thing. We were in an area, it's in Stockton behind Marshall's and the Hilton, like by Basil's, if any of you know where that's at. It's really hidden, so we had no walk-ins. You can't really build your clientele on walk-ins over there. So I was really lucky with Instagram. Like literally, I would say 90% of my clientele now originally came from Instagram. 10% was people that I knew, you know, like my friends, my friends' friends, my friends' family, my family, just people like that. And then from there, everybody else was Instagram. And now today, even if somebody's a referral, it was still from Instagram because the person that referred them found me on Instagram. So literally Instagram helped me in gain my clientele at that shop. Thank God for Instagram, free advertising. So one day, one of my friends, Richie, he was in cosmetology school and he was like, hey, like if you ever need an assistant, let me know so I can go and help you. This was like, it was like right before I got pregnant or while I was pregnant, I don't remember. But I was like thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Because I would never double book anybody because I was just nervous. Like I'm very careful with people's hair. Like when I'm putting bleach on it, like I just need to be with that person the whole time. So I was like doing like maybe just 2 a day balayage. So I would like, that was already like 8-hour day or whatever. So I was like, you know what? If I have him help me, then I can do 2 at a time. And then I can do like 4 a day once I get my timing right. And then I'm like, that's really worth it. So I was like, let me just do it. So I asked him if he was down. So he was my first assistant. Shout out Richie Lewinsky. Everybody go check him out. And that really opened my eyes to like what I could do with my business. And it went really good. And at that time I was pregnant. I literally worked until the week I gave birth. I was like, you're a crazy girl, freaking working hell hours a day. So then when I came back from maternity leave, he was ready to be on his own and he's doing absolutely amazing now. It makes me so happy. So ever since then I've been using assistants and I literally have had the best assistants. They become just really important people in my life and I'm really lucky to work with people like that, and it just makes me so happy to see them doing absolutely amazing. So I worked at Via 2000 for like 5 years. So now I'm at Flawless in Lodi. And there are 3 other hairstylists here. One is Ali, she was already here. And then Mariah and Amelia were my assistants before, so they are now my co-workers. And then there is Kayla, which is my assistant. And she has been helping me for over a year now. And hopefully she will be on her own soon, Kayla. Even though you can stay forever, that's like, we'll spell. So at Flawless, we do different services. There's nails, eyelash extensions, spray tanning, facials, microblading, just all kinds of services here. So I've been here for about 1.5 years now and I really love it. All my coworkers are absolutely amazing. I was really scared to go from my old salon anywhere else because, you know, I came from a salon that was such like a family and everybody was so supportive and there for you and just really wants to see you do good, that I was really scared to go into a bad work environment. But thank God that this worked out. It's literally the same environment. Everybody is such like family. The owner, Kelly, is literally so amazing. Everybody's just so sweet. So I've been really lucky with all my coworkers. Makes me so happy. So now I've been doing hair for like 8 years, almost 9. That sounds so crazy, but I'm very lucky with being able to start school when I was 17. Like, I think that was just really a blessing because I was so young that I didn't really need to make a certain amount of money to pay bills and stuff. So I was able to build up my clientele and just really, I'm just so thankful that my family did let me pursue my dreams and didn't give me too hard of a time about it. But I am where I am because of a lot of amazing people in my life. Thank you to everybody that has helped me this far, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future. So what I could say for new stylists or people that want to do hair or people that are already doing hair is just don't give up. It's a lot of hard work, but I promise that hard work does pay off. But just don't get discouraged and just keep pushing, and I promise that you will get there if you keep your mind to it and if you work for it. And if you are a stylist, really feel free to contact me if you have any questions or want advice or anything. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I